Yo, I'm KallaTheYapper, and I'm back with another reaction. I told y'all I was going to react to some of Saint Tontas's videos, and that's what I'm about to do. First, I'm going to react to this one called "What Is Zenless Doing?" This video was 3 days old, has 15K views on it, and we about to see what this is about. I won't be surprised if it's about some Zenless doom posting bullshit. So let's get into it. Let me turn the volume on. About right there. I think that's good. Hold on, let me make sure my volume is good. Okay, my volume good too. All right, let's get into it. Hopefully this 14-minute reaction doesn't turn into an hour-long reaction. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to have a bit of a discussion today, and that is, of course, going to be on one of the latest ZZZ videos I've made, talking about their $450 spending event. Because, of course, the topic, even though I am covering the update of the patch, the most of the discussion in this video is actually centered around the 180 pull spending event.
I swear on everything, if this nigga say some dumbass shit like, oh, he already said some dumbass shit off rip, that, oh, you gotta spend $450. It's like, no, 180 pulls. I'm going to, hopefully this reaction isn't too long so that I'll be able to edit my reaction, and put two screenshots of two instances of where I had 100 pulls, at least 100 plus pulls, so that y'all can see that obtaining 100 pulls is mad easy in Zenless.
That ZZZ has for Vivian's skin. And this is the thing, right? I think the skin looks great. I think it's for a great character. And
yeah, because Vivian's skin looks better than any of the skins in Wuthering Waves. And before some woo-wah Corobot comes at me, let's be fucking for real. Those summertime skins for the limited characters in woo-wah are garbage. They suck. Like, Carlotta is like something to talk about, but if we compare it to Zenless Zone Zero and their characters and their swimsuits, it's night and day, my guy.
And I wouldn't really have too many issues with a spending event like this at all if it wasn't for one important thing. And
What's
unfortunately,
that?
I'm going to have to reiterate myself from this video, because one thing I've realized from the ZZZ community is that repetition is key. Oftentimes, I'll just make a video, I'll restate the points from a prior video until it actually sticks with the community.
You mean how them multiple times where you goalpost shifted when talking about Zenless Zone Zero, when it came down to power creep and HP inflation? How you goalpost shifted from complaining and bitching about Shiyu defense to then bitching about deadly assault? Or, you know, how about this, where you BS'd and was like, oh, Miyabi broke the game when she really didn't? Or how you was like, oh, miasma mechanic, you need to pull for Shifu in order to beat the miasma mechanic? That's quote-unquote just a time-wasting mechanic that just hinders you from completing faster, despite the fact that the mechanic is player-friendly as well, that grants you, the player, damage against the opponent when you destroy the miasma mechanic, and grants you like energy and decibels. Again, same dude who sat here was doom posting about freaking power creep, about freaking Shifu, and telling myself, oh, it's the end of the Miyabi era. Shifu has come, and now Miyabi is useless. You, the same nigga who sat here and said all that crap, like, nigga, you have clips of yourself from months prior saying all this BS from top to bottom, but you're gonna sit here and try to act like, oh, repetition sticks. My nigga, you repeat and goalpost shift. And then even when you don't repeat, you sit here and say something, then you say something else, and then you sit here and be like, that's not what I said, but the video clip says otherwise. Come on now. Nigga, you can't expect me to take you serious. Let's continue. Oh, that wrong button.
And so that's what we'll be doing today. Because the big issue with this spending event is A, not actually the number of pulls, because it's 180 pulls across both versions 2.3 and 2.4. It's not the quality of the skin. It's not the fact that the skin's going to be available after 2.4. It's the fact that this skin is running across, this skin spending event is running across 2.3 and 2.4.
How is that an issue? I'm already seeing the dumb shit right off rip. He's deeming it an issue that a spending event is lasting for 2 versions for a limited 5-star character skin. Do you not know how dumb that sounds? If this skin was only going to last 1 week of the 2.3 version update, then that'd be something worth bitching about. And I'd be one of the first. I'd be like, yeah, what the F is this type of spending event that wants you to spend all this money immediately, right here, right now, within a week's time? That would be utter garbage. But my nigga, they're giving you 2 months. 2 months worth of time to collect over 180 pulls, which is easy to do because Zillis gives you that amount of pulls and more from playing in-game content, doing quests, so on and so forth. You get a free 10 pull every version update patch, something that Withering Waves doesn't do, or rather doesn't do anymore, because apparently Withering Waves, back in like the earlier versions of the game, players got like free 10 pulls every update patch, but then they started cutting that down from 10 to 5. So then you got 5 limited pulls instead of 10. In my opinion, that's an L move, but whatever. But again, to get back to the point, 2 months worth of time is more than enough time for a mother effer to collect over 100 pulls. Shoot, even 200 pulls. It's so easy to do.
Of the game. And let's just have a bit of a chat about this. Because these are the units that are pretty much guaranteed to be in version 2.3. You got Yi Zhuan, but the Ganyu version. Then you got Yi Zhuan, Calamari version.
Okay.
These units are some of the most uninspired looking AI generated garbage.
Oh my lord, here we go. Talking about some AI generated characters. Bro, don't get me started. I'll go through the entire list of version 1 characters from Withering Waves and I'll show you what AI generated characters look like. Don't get me started, nigga. Yang Yang looks AI generated. Chisia, AI generated. Beiji, AI generated. I forgot the name of that chick that has the swan thing. She looks AI generated. Bro, I can go through the whole list of version 1 characters from WoW. They look AI generated. Let's be fucking for real right now. Let's not do this. Now we're sitting here talking about the characters look bad. They look AI generated. Come on, bro. Use your brain cells here. The smooth brain around here. Oh, man, I'm having a gay old time right now. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and touch on this part right here. Anybody bitching about 2 female characters having similar clothing design to another character, mind you, these aspects of their clothing design, the whole tight pants stuff, my nigga, we only have 3 characters in the whole fucking game of Zone Zero that have similar style clothing, at least to that degree of the tight pants stuff, right? We only have 3 characters that look like that. That's Shifu, Lucia, and Yahidra. Homegirl right here, right? And what I find crazy about people bitching about their character designs, are we supposed to forget the female characters that came before them that didn't dress like them? Jifufu, Alice, Yuzuha, freaking Seed, Orphe? Like, bro, there's a handful of female characters that came out before these 2. And now these 2 get announced. Now niggas doing posting talking about some Zone Zero has lost its character design aspect. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, let's continue.
These units are some of the most uninspired looking AI generated garbage that the game has ever seen since the history of its release.
Let's be honest, he's fucking lying out of his mouth. This is what we call, just bullshitting for the sake of it. This is what this is. This is bullshitting for the sake of it. That's what this is.
They look exactly the same. To the point.
Look exactly the same. Nigga, huh? These 2 don't look exactly the same, first and foremost. Oh, God forbid 2 female characters, part of the same faction, dress in similar clothing styles as each other. Oh, wait. Don't we have that already when it comes down to earlier factions in Xenozone Zero, from the Sons of Caladon to the what is it, Section 6, Bellabog Industries? Like, we got a whole list of female characters in the game that dress similar to each other. And we're gonna bitch about two characters who are from the same faction dressing in the same manner of clothing? What? Bro, I'm about to crash out just listening to this nonsense.
Point where I think I've seen an edit that somebody made. Let me just show you guys this really fast. It's genuinely hilarious once you think about it. This is just Ganyu Yizhuan Lucia recolored with Yizhuan's colors. Brother.
Okay. How does that somehow diminish the character design and their own color palette? Don't even get me started on character writing. Just because someone washed their homegirl in Yishuan's colors, somehow that's like, oh, it validates being like, oh, look how bad this character design is since I washed it in this color. My nigga, you can do that to any character in the game and wash them in the same exact color. Fuck off. Anyway, let's continue.
That's crazy.
Look at the dumb shit going on in the chat right now. Talking about some lazy ass devs. God forbid characters wear similar clothing to each other. God forbid. I bet not see any more Withering Waves characters dressed in similar fashion. Oh, that's right. Don't Augusta and Yuno dress in similar fashion to each other? That feels pretty lazy to me. And I can wash both of them in each other's colors, and guess what? It would look pretty lazy, wouldn't it? But, you know, the bots ain't ready to have that conversation.
This is the design that they're coming out with in version 2.3. And once again, my commentary on this is that they just took the top half of Vivian and then the bottom half of Yizhuan.
Top half?
The top half of Vivian looks like, so you can compare it to Calamari Yizhuan.
Okay,
that's
sure.
The top half of Vivian, guys.
My nigga, you didn't even zoom into it. What the fuck? Oh my goodness, what is this? What am I watching right now? Hold up. Click the full image.
Top half.
Bro, click the full image, you bitch. This is the oh my goodness. Yo, I swear on everything. I could not be friends with this nigga St. Thomas. I don't know how anyone's friends with a nigga like this. I really don't. His argumentation is bullshit. He won't even... Does he show the full image? Okay, so apparently he's too lazy to show the actual full image. Someone's like, oh, this is the top half. Hold up, give me a second. Let's see if I can... give me one moment. Hopefully... Just give me a sec. Unfortunately, I have to do it like this. Let's see. Let me think. Zenless. What's her name? Vivian. Search. Let's go take a look at this right now. Because apparently the nigga too lazy to actually put her image up. I'm sorry I'm doing this in the middle of reaction. I just gotta do it. Okay, all right, here's an image of Vivian. Unfortunately, since I have my screensaver set up, or screen recorder set up in this fashion, it's just gonna look like this, so forgive me. Also, it's gonna take me a little minute for my screen to load up. But the screen, my screen recording is covering up enough of the screen to be seen. Okay. So let's peep. Let's peep. Let's see if I can get a full image. Give a second, let it load. My internet a little slow. Apologies. Okay. Let's zoom in. I would love to know what exactly about this top part. Let's go back to the video. Let's scroll back. What, the shape of it looks similar? Is that what he's saying, that looks similar between the two? The shape? Yeah, no shit. God forbid a woman wears similar clothing that exposes like the backside of her body where it's supposed to cover the front. Like, nigga, huh? Is that, bro, what type of, oh my lord. God, oh my gosh. Oh my lord. This is by some of the most ignorant Ramus level argumentation I've seen. God forbid women wear clothing that's, made for them. God forbid a woman wears something that covers her front and exposes the back. Again, God forbid. Oh my Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. These niggas are lost out here in these streets. They lost, damn it. Anyway, let's continue. Hopefully I can get through the rest of this god-awful video.
Bottom half of Yijuan. Fuck it, I'll just show you what the top half of Vivian looks like so you can compare it to Calamari Yijuan.
His comparison is dog shit. Because he doesn't even actually... Because, again, female character wearing an aspect of her clothing that looks similar to another female character's aspect of her clothing. That does not mean, oh, look at this copy. Oh, excuse this. This is Evernight. I was using that for a thumbnail. But anyway, God forbid female characters have similar styles of clothing to each other. Like, these clothing weren't designed for females. Like, what are we bitching about? Bro, that's like bitching about, let's say, which character can I use as an example? Okay, here we go. What this nigga Saint Tontas is bitching about, it is equivalent to... Hold up, let me go back in time. Let me show you. It's damn near equivalent to people bitching about, let's look. Can I pull up factions? Let me pull up factions. Ah, crap, press the wrong button. Okay, featured, no, playable. Oh, factions, here we go, factions. Obel Squad. Uquay Summit. Let's go to Obel Squad. Just so that I can get... Well, no, actually, I think I should have clicked... Actually, I'm going to use Section 6 as my example. Hopefully, I can get to Section 6 so I can show my example. What he's bitching about related to, the top part of Yahira's outfit and comparing it to Vivian's and saying, oh, that's lazy. The same argument can easily be made for Section 6 when it comes down to Miyabi, Shukaku, that nigga Harumasa, and what's her name? My girl Yanagi. Like, all those characters can fall under the same umbrella of being quote unquote lazy because they have similar styles, similar clothing to each other. Hold on, let me get these images out so y'all can see what I'm talking about. My bad, this is my first time, pulling up tabs and shit in the midst of a reaction. I should just like have the whole screen be in view next time I do a reaction like this. Especially when I want to scroll through shit. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Here we go. We moving. Can they show the characters? I want them to show the characters. Okay. So, hold on, let me see. Can I click on them? I want to click on them. I know this reaction gonna take a little longer, but please forgive me. I just need to state this point before we continue to the rest of this dog piss of a video. I just need to state this point. Or rather, just give you visuals for the point that I'm trying to make here. Like this nigga Harumasa, he got the suit and tie thing going on, right? He got the button-up shirt. Hold up. He got the button-up shirt, business casual shirt with the tie. Granted, since he's facing the other direction, you can't really see him, but no problem, twin. Like, it ain't that big of a deal that you can't see much of his body. But anyone who plays the game knows what the fuck he's got on, right? Everyone knows he wears a suit and tie. He got dress code on, right? Hold up. Oh, here's a better image. Right, you see that? Dress shirt and tie. We see this with damn near every character that's a part of Section 6. From Shukaku to Miyabi to Yanagi and, of course, Harumasa. The same thing goes for, let's say, look at the members of the Criminal Investigation Squad, right? With homegirl Juyan? I can't. I'm calling her Ju. The bakery, Miss Bakery, and her police squad, right? Damn near every last one of them, except for Jane Doe, dress in a similar manner to each other. We all know this. So him bitching about, this character is wearing a similar outfit piece to another character equates to laziness, it's like, nigga, what the F are we talking about? By that sense of logic, I'm going to have to say that same thing for every Woo-Wah character that has any, similar style of clothing to each other, right? Or even body size, if you really want to take it there. Like, again, God forbid. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Oh, hold up. Yep, same video. I was away from the tab for too long.
Ladies and
shut up.
Top half. These designs are so uninspired and so disgustingly lazy.
It's not lazy.
That is the issue. When you combine this with the spending event.
Wait a minute. Hold the F up. I know damn well this nigga's not equating being like, oh, well, because this is lazy, therefore it doesn't make sense to spend money for a limited skin or participate in the spending event because of another character's design. That has no relation to the swimsuit that fucking Vivian wears. Like, what the fuck type of argument? Oh my lord, what is this video, bro? Hold up, let's rewind so I can get to hear everything that says that this Goofy's out. Let's continue.
That's the top half of Vivian, guys. That's her top half. These designs are so uninspired.
Okay, so that's the context. This nigga just made like I just said earlier before I rewind, this is such a dog piss argument. What is this? For a nigga who claimed to be so fucking intelligent to be like, oh, look how smart I am, you just made one of the dumbest arguments you ever said out your fucking mouth, my guy. Did you really just sit here and say, because these two, again, like I said earlier, with the examples I gave, these two wearing similar design elements of other characters equates to laziness? The same thing can be applied to Wuthering Waves, mind you. Then he said that because of what they look like, therefore, let's play it.
Compare it to. That's her. Disgustingly lazy. That is the issue. When you combine this with the spending event, this is literally the developers telling you, hey, these designs are dog shit. We understand. These are also two completely new characters for the Spook Shack faction that have never been mentioned before in the story. So,
oh, he's using the same dumbass argument I sat there and called out in my own video that I made discussing about Monotou's A-rank status. I swear on everything. Anybody who's in my comment section daring to sit here and try to tell me that this is a valid argument is not a valid argument. Guess what? In Wuthering Waves, we have the same thing that happened. You better believe there was a handful of characters in Wuthering Waves that were not even mentioned in the story at all that appeared out of nowhere. Let me sit here and think about it. Who was it? Let's think. Not Jinshi, because Jinshi was mentioned in passing. Chang Li was also mentioned in passing. Let's see. How about Brant? Did Brant appear in any story beat prior to version 2.0's release? How about Roshia? Did they appear in the story at all before we went to Renesita? You know what the answer is? Of course fucking not. Let's take a look at every character that's arrived during the Septimont section of Renesita's story. From Forlova to Augusta to Yuno and every other nigga coming down the line with Gabrena and Wandering Swordsman ass nigga. And even Lupa. Right? Did any of those niggas appear in version 2.2 story, or better yet, in version 2.0, or better yet again, did these niggas appear in version, what version was it before they just jumped straight to 2.0? What? Version 1.4? 1.5 or whatever? Pretty sure it's 1.4. Did these niggas appear in the, the Black Shores? Yeah. Did any of these Septimont characters appear in the Black Shores chapter before we went to Renesita? Yet they were drip marketed before they appeared in the story. But somehow, again, by dumbasses like Saint Tontas and anyone else who has the same dumbass argument, oh, it's a problem to release new characters who have not been shown off in the story yet, despite the fact Lucia and Yhidra, apparently they appear in a limited time event that is happening in Zinlish right now. So yeah, they do appear, but they're appearing in a limited event where they pop up. Just like if anyone was playing the summertime event for Zenless Zone Zero, you know a member of the Angels of Delusion appeared last second at the end of that quest. At the end of that whole event, that character appears. A member of the Angels of Delusion faction that people have been waiting for the longest, ever since they were leaked. So again, what the fuck are we talking about? Characters not appearing in the story prior to their drip marketing. And why are we bitching about Zenless doing this when Withering Waves has also done the same shit? Star Rail has done it. Genshin has done it. But apparently it's a Zenless exclusive issue?
So you're...
Make that make sense to me, nigga. The answer is it doesn't. I'm only 3 minutes into this whole 14-minute video. I'm already crashing out this hard. Let's continue.
Dog shit. We understand. These are also two completely new characters for the Spook Shack faction that have never been mentioned before in the story. So you're not going to have a reason to pull these guys from the story perspective because nobody knows who the fuck they are.
Again, the same argument could be made about Lupa. Same thing could be made about Augusta, Yuno, Furlova. Okay, Furlova doesn't really count because we knew about Furlova even before her character release. So I'm gonna exclude her. I should have excluded her the first time. But my other examples that I did mention are prime examples of the same shit he's bitching about for Zenless Zone Zero doing it. Of course, we're doing the whole rules for me, but not rules for thee thing. So convenient that we're doing that. And yet, this nigga claims to be such an intelligent individual. Are we fucking serious?
They literally look like they got generated at the last minute to fill banner slots. And then their designs are shit, too.
Their designs aren't shit. That's a subjective opinion.
And that's why I'm saying a spending event is so bad. Because
that doesn't make sense. That argument doesn't make sense. You're going to sit here and say, because that the characters look bad, therefore it does not justify a spending event? My nigga, the spending event has nothing to do with those two characters. Except for the fact that, you're pulling for characters. But again, the freaking characters, this whole damn thing lasts for 2 version updates. That means, guess what? If no one wants to pull for either one, Lucia or Yahidra in version 2.3, they can pull for whoever the fuck is coming in version 2.4, who more than likely is the Krampus faction that they revealed in the 2.3 livestream for Zenless Zone Zero. And guess what? If those niggas are coming next, you better believe niggas are swiping their card for this free ass skin. Even though, let's be real, they're probably doing it not to obtain the skin. The skin will be obtained by, default because of, pulling for those Krampus characters. Because those Krampus characters look fucking awesome.
Devs are making up for the fact that they were absurdly, disgustingly, ridiculously fucking lazy in the work that they did to prepare for these characters. They're just probably going to give them some broken kits and call
it lazy because they didn't appear in the story. The same shit can be said about Withering Waves, as I said earlier. And then, God forbid, characters have similar design elements to another, and we're going to call that lazy too. Like, Withering Wave characters don't have similar design elements. I guess every character that's from fucking Jinzhou, all their designs are fucking lazy because they all have similar design elements to each other, right? God forbid.
Call it a day. But they didn't do the homework beforehand to either integrate these guys into the story.
Same thing goes for Withering Waves, which is so crazy to think about. Isn't it so fucking crazy that Dan Jin, a character who appeared in the beta story for Withering Waves, does not have any type of story presence at all, but yet her character exists. Her character is by definition trash. It's useless. Who the fuck cares about Dan Jin when she hasn't even appeared in the story yet? You know who cares about Dan Jin? Dan Jin mains. But hey, granted, yeah, she's a 4-star, but the point still stands.
Or give them a design that doesn't look like it already existed in the game. And adding a spending event to incentivize the sales for these characters is a disgusting move.
I would disagree because who the fuck gives a fuck? It's a disgusting move. If this was Star Rail with its spending event, yeah, sure, I might agree with you. But again, we're not talking about Star Rail here. And again, obtaining. What's crazy is the argument he's using is just so bullshit. It's just like, bro, if niggas want to skip version 2.3 and not obtain the skin into version 2.3, that's fine. Cause guess what? They can still get the skin in version 2.4. If they want to skip those two, not that he's talking about something to incentivize the banner sales for those two characters. Anybody who's a whale gonna spend for those two characters anyway, because Rupture team, premium team, naturally, duh, because build your team with its premium team units and all that other shit. But also, again, this would just by this spinning event existing, it would not only boost up the sales for version 2.3, but it will also boost up the sales for version 2.4. Because again, if there are players who are not going to spend their pulls in version 2.3, but instead in version 2.4, depending on who's coming out in version 2.4, guess what? They're still going to get the skin. So anyone who spends in version 2.3, they're going to get the skin. Anyone who decides to spend in 2.4, they're going to get the damn skin. This is not an issue. It will increase the banner sales for both versions. My guy, what?
It's the sales for these characters.
I'm gonna speed this shit up because this shit is so freaking tiring. I can see now why people just roll their eyes anytime Saint Tontas open his mouth. I can see why. Shoot, not like I already haven't seen it before, but now I'm getting a taste of it. It's fucking, oh my lord.
It's a disgusting move. Because why don't they just do a good job making the characters in the first place so there isn't a need for a spending event to...
You know what? Let's keep it playing. I can't have this video last longer than it needs to.
Making the characters in the first place, so there isn't a need for a spending event to...
The characters are not bad to begin with. Niggas are overblowing the fuck out of this. And only because he's piggybacking off this whole... the drama related to Monato not being a 5-star. So he's basically piggybacking off of that and people's complaints about that to then be like, oh, these character designs are bad. God forbid they put a freaking spinning event that lasts for 2 version updates where in the game itself, you can get over 100 to 200 pulls just by playing the damn game without even spending a damn dime and still obtain this skin either in version 2.3 or 2.4. So again, we're complaining about shit that's not an issue.
To bring up the number of pulls being spent on characters nobody wants to pull. That's the problem.
And nobody wants to pull by what metric? What metric are you using? You can't make a claim that no one wants to pull these characters. By what metric? Because niggas are bitching about it online, being like, since Monato isn't a 5-star, I'm not going to pull for these characters. Okay, cool. Just because you aren't going to pull for these characters doesn't mean someone else won't pull for these characters. That's not how this works. Over billions of players playing this fucking game. Just because some say they're not going to pull it does not mean others won't.
And you want to know the funny thing about this? I wouldn't have an issue at all if the spending event that you're seeing over here is for the banner of this character. You want to know why? Because everyone probably...
Again, like I said earlier, if this character comes in version 2.4, guess what? The spinning events will be in version 2.4 as well. They sat there and said in the live stream that it will last for version 2.3 to 2.4. So if this character arrives in version 2.4, guess what? Clown, goofball, dummy, guess what? The same thing you said, if it was for her, I wouldn't have a problem. Guess what? If she appears in version 2.4, guess what? It's not going to be a problem. And let's say she doesn't appear in 2.4. Let's say she appears in version 2.5. Let's say that. Guess what? Still not going to be a fucking issue because she's going to come sooner or later. And the freaking spin event is not an issue because it lasts for 2 fucking versions for characters that people either want or don't want. And on top of that, let's not get it twisted. You have... 4 banner runs in 1 version update? What? You get first phase, second phase. So you essentially, for 2 version patches, from 2.3 to 2.4, you have 8 characters to choose from. You do not need to even pull for Lucia and Yahidra. You don't even need to pull for them. Pull for the characters who are coming along for their reruns, like Jufufu, for example. Jufufu, I wanted to pull for Jufufu so bad. I failed pulling for Jufufu, and it upset my heart. I want my lolly tiger, fat, caked up mystic. Damn it. I wanted her. I failed to get her. Then I was like, I'll get her back on her rerun. Guess what? Her rerun is coming in version 2.3, and I just got done spinning over 100 something pulls for freaking Orphe because I lost the 50-50 and with the hard pity. Not once, but twice. So, niggas do not need to pull for these two characters if they don't want to. You got 8 characters to choose from. Choose, nigga.
That's the problem. And you want to know the funny thing about this? I wouldn't have an issue at all if the spending event that you're seeing over here is for the banner of this character. You want to know why? Because everyone probably already wants to pull this character. And so having a spending event like this...
Yeah, everyone wants to pull for this character who hasn't appeared in the story at all. You know, the very thing he was criticizing Yusia and Yhidra for, because the devs were quote-unquote being lazy because they didn't show those characters off in the story. Yet, he gives the excuse. He gives the, oh, I'll excuse this character. You know, one that hasn't appeared in the entire story of season 2 of Zenless at all, and only has appeared in the live stream teaser preview for Zenless version possibly 2.4, or rather 2.3, because she might appear in version 2.3 along with Yusia and Yhidra. Who knows? They might do it like a quick little pop-up, as they usually do for Zenless characters that's coming out in the next version update, like they did for Vivian. She appeared in that host in the version 1.5, and then version 1.6, she gets released. So it's like, bruh. Again, he's giving this character an excuse. He's giving this character a pass. You know, rules for thee, but not rules for me. He's going to excuse this character. Again, this character has not appeared in the story at all, but he's going to excuse this one and be like, oh, well, the spinning event is fine for her. But the spinning event isn't fine for these two because they haven't appeared in the story the same way this character hasn't. Like, make it make sense. It's so dumb.
Of this character. You want to know why? Because everyone probably already wants to pull this character.
And people only want to pull for this character because this character just appeared in the live stream. This is people's first time seeing this character design, and they're fucking loving it. One, because she looked like I think she's like a Chinese dog. I'm going to have to assume. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But anyway, she got a really beautiful look. She got a really beautiful design. She looks elegant on all that shit. She gives off grandiose Miyabi vibes, and people love it. So, yeah, no wonder people are freaking fucking with her design. Shoot, ever since when they revealed the Krampus faction, guess what? You better believe everyone was blowing their fucking head tops off, especially people who were been dying to see another automaton character that's full-blown robot. That male character that's bulky and robotic, guess what? More than likely, he is an automaton and not someone piloting a robot. Let's be for real right now. And guess what? When that character gets released, anyone who's in here being like, bro, where are the automaton characters? They about to shut the fuck up and be like, oh, take my card, damn it. I take it. Take my money.
And so having a spending event like this across 2 patches for 180, not that big of a deal because people were going to pull this unit anyways. And this is where I'll actually say that ZZZ's spending event is, ironically enough, this is where I'll actually say that HSR's spending event could actually be viewed as better, where you had to spend, I think, 200 pulls for Archer's Light Cone. You want to...
No, it is not better. You want to know why it's not better? Because I'm pretty sure this only lasted 1 version update. The spending event for the light cone lasted only 1 version update. I'm pretty sure.
You want to know why? Because chances are you probably actually wanted to pull the Fate collab characters. And you probably also wanted to pull Finon. And so even though...
Again, like I said, we do not know if Homegirl... Where's she at? Here she go. We do not know if she's coming out in version 2.4. And guess what? If she does appear in version 2.4, this whole argument he's making about, oh, well, blah, 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 they would have pulled for her and did the spending event if this character was coming out. Well, guess what? If she comes out in version 2.4, then what? Oh, your whole argument is bullshit then. That's why. That's what happens, right? Your whole argument becomes bullshit because, again, this character more than likely will come out in version 2.4. I do not see this character coming out in, like, version 1 point or 2 point, like, 7 or 6 or 7. I do not see this character coming out that late. Especially if they're teasing the character now, when we're reaching like the peak of version 2 story. I'm pretty sure we're on like the rising action of version 2 story, but we're climbing up fast.
An issue at all if the spending event that you're seeing over here is for the banner of this character. You want to know why? Because everyone probably already wants to pull this character. And so having a spending event like this across 2 patches for 180, not that big of a deal because people were going to pull this unit anyways. And this is where I'll actually say that ZZZ's spending event is, ironically enough, this is where I'll actually say that HSR's spending event could actually be viewed as better, where you had to spend, I think, 200 pulls for Archer's Light Cone. You want to know why? Because chances are you probably actually wanted to pull the Fate collab characters. And you probably also wanted to pull Phynon. And so
the Fate collab characters, you got one for free. The other one, you did. Yeah, people wanted to pull for the Fate collab characters because they were a part of the Fate collab. But again, that's in the case of Fate and its IP and what these Fate characters are. In comparison to these characters who are Zenless only characters, this character, or this character right here, she is a new drip marketed character who has, again, not appeared in the story at all, but is being drip marketed here. If she appears in version 2.4, again, his argument falls apart. Because I believe she might appear in version 2.4, let's be honest. My brain is getting tired going in circles.
Because everyone probably already...
Let's just skip this.
You know why? Because chances are you probably actually wanted to pull the Fate collab characters. And you probably also wanted to pull Phynon. And so, even though it was 200 pulls in one patch, at least there was a pretty high probability those 200 pulls were being spent on units that you actually wanted to pull. But instead, you got this shit.
That's not shit. And again, who are you to be the arbiter of what someone wants and doesn't want to pull? You do not know the individuals who want to pull for these 2 characters. Me in particular, I wanted the octopus chick. That's me personally. The reason I wanted her, simple as this. I wanted to fill out my tray of seafood. Because I have my Ellen Joe. And then I'll have my calamari. I felt like I had like another character that was going to fit in that fish food fry. I think those 2 are going to be the only fish fry characters. I think there was a third one I'm trying to think of, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, you get the point I was making. That's the reason I wanted to pull for her. And because she had octopus tentacles, something you don't see a lot of anthropomorphic, like human animal characters have. Usually they just go with like half human, half octopus looking body. But this one, she got full blown human body with octopus tentacles sticking out. This is new. This is fresh. Oh my goodness. Groceries. You get the point I'm making, damn it. Her character design is unique on the basis of, one, in terms of this whole animal feature, she has something no other character that has animal-like features has in the damn game. Not even in Withering Waves, with characters with animal features. Characters with animal features in Withering Waves barely fucking exist. Let's be fucking honest. Woo I wanted to do that, but then they went away from that. But Zenless was like, no, we're gonna go hard pressed with that. And that's what they did. And this character fits the mold of what they've been doing the entire time. Again, what the F are we talking about?
Shit. And this is the thing, right? There might be some people coping. There might be some people saying, oh, Saint, what if she's actually running in 2.4? Then your entire argument is going to be bullshit. You want to know why I'm saying you're wrong? Because you want to know who's going to actually run in 2.4? I will bet you money. It'll be these 2 fucking characters. One who looks like Cruella de fucking Vil when she was 12 from the 101 Dalmatians. What is he?
Who gives a fuck, nigga? So? You had a character in Genshin, if anyone remembers this, the character named Emily, she's a Dendro character. When she came out, people found her leaked concept art. Emily's leaked concept art had her having 2 different colors in her hair. And it made her stand out and pop, but they didn't go with that character design. And I believe the reason they didn't go with that character design was because it didn't fit Genshin's style. But here's the thing. If the concept art for Emily were to appear in Zenless, it would fit Zenless Zone Zero style. Blatantly. Case in point. Homegirl right here. And not only that, this nigga does not know that this girl and the other one, the shorty, is coming in version 2.4. He does not know that. Nobody knows if those 2 are coming in version 2.4. He's speculating. Just like how I speculated earlier. He's trying to say, oh, well, if these two characters come out, it's going to prove my point. Again, we don't know this.
Funny. It'll be these two fucking characters. One who looks like Cruella de fucking Vil when she was 12 from the 101 Dalmatians. What is he? She looks like a disaster, to be honest. And then
she looks like a disaster. Now we're just lying. We're just BSing them. A character that looks more unique than half of Woo-Wah's entire character cast looks like garbage. Are we fucking serious right now? Version 1 characters of Woo-Wah got the same dull-ass color palette. She stands out among all of them. Version 2 characters arguably compete with this. Let's be fucking for real.
101 Dalmatians. What is he? She looks like a disaster, to be honest.
God forbid a female character has, contrasting colors in her hair from black and white. I promise you, oh my god, I don't need to say anything. I don't need to promise anything related to Woo-Wah, because guess what? We see it in Wuthering Waves all the fucking time. Yang Yang is the prime example. Homegirl got 2 different colors of hair. One black and one white. Guess what? It starts black and then it turns white. This character design more unique. You wanna know why? Because black and white exist at the same time, damn it. One on one side, one on the other. And her whole color black palette is splashed in black and white. But guess what? It's not as fucking dull as version 1 characters of Wuthering Waves that has this black and white color palette. This looks vibrant in comparison to them niggas. Anyway, let's continue.
From the 101 Dalmatians. What is he? She looks like a disaster, to be honest. And then this thing. I will put money that these two characters are the ones that are going to run in 2.4.
Well, I hope he puts his money where his mouth is, because I want to see it. You better put, let's say, 10 bands on it. I need to see 10K be deposited into my bank account. Put your money where your mouth is, bro. And also, apparently, he's about to do some oiled up Chang Li fucking thing, which he never did. Also, I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now. If she appears in version 2.4, I would be actually kind of surprised if she ends up being a 4-star character. That would be a surprise. But if she doesn't, yeah, I will skip version 2.3 to pull for her if she appears in 2.4, because she's already caught my interest. I really like her character design, and I like the presentation of her character that appeared in the story. I really did like it.
2 characters are the ones that are going to run in 2.4. I will put money on this. And guess what? You're going to have a spending event for these guys too. Because guess what?
With what proof? Proof? Are we really about to do this? Oh, because I said so, therefore it's going to happen. Are we really doing that right now? He's like, oh, they're going to get a spending event too. Where's your proof?
Nobody is going to want to pull any of the fucking units available in this patch 2.3. We'll make sure to hide him. Or this patch 2.4.
Why are you hiding the other character? That's very interesting. Because if Robo Mecha Boy that you decide to hide, if he appears, guess what? Let's say this. If this is the lineup like this, if this is an ASS, guess fucking what? If these niggas appear in version 2.4, again, it's going to dismantle your whole argument, because niggas want to pull this. Better believe niggas swiping their car for the robotic martial artists. You better believe niggas going to spend their money for this. Niggas been dying for this for the longest time. They would look at Billy. They was like, man, I love Billy. I need another Billy. Guess what? Billy 2.0 is here. It's him.
We'll make sure to hide him. Or this patch 2.4. And you want...
Again, he's stating that these characters coming in 2.4 with no proof. We do not know this. Actually, let me get my phone, because usually the drip marketing for the next version characters usually happens like before the next version update. Let me see something real quick. Give me a moment, y'all. It's gonna be really quick. Hopefully I can find it. Let's see this. Let's do this. Zenless 2.4. Drip marketing. Let's see. Okay, so there's no drip marketing, at least from Google search. Let me go on YouTube now, because this is so easy to find. Let's see. Zenless Zone 0, and then we're just gonna like scroll to their YouTube shorts, because their YouTube shorts really just reveal everything that we need to know, honestly. YouTube shorts. There has been no reveal of version 2.3. I mean 2.4 characters. So yeah. Until they pop up who's coming in version 2.4, we do not know who's coming in 2.4. If this is the entire lineup for 2.4, guess what? The freaking robot will be the most anticipated and most pulled for character among all of them. Let's be fucking honest. Okay, most pulled is kind of crazy. Because we know, female characters sell more than males. Granted, we have our exceptions, like Finon, for example. The GOAT. But also, again, people want that damn robot. And they're going to spend money for that nigga if he comes in version 2.4.
And you want to know what I think is going to happen? They're going to take Bon Yue, Giga Chad Zenyatta over here in the corner. One of the highlights of this trailer. As well as her, the Yunkai sister. And they're probably going to run in 2.5.
Again, speculation, no proof.
After the spending event, after you've just been FOMO pressured into pulling on the worst character designs in the history of the game. Because
and hold up, let's also make this clear. My nigga, if you do not want to waste your pulls getting Vivian skin, because Vivian skin is a fucking option, it's not a necessity. You only want the skin. You don't need her skin. There's a difference. If you don't want to waste your pulls getting this skin for like version 2.3 because you feel like 2.3 character is not doing it for you, guess what? You don't need to. Pull on version 2.4. Or better yet, if you don't want to spend on 2.3 and 2.4, nigga, just swipe your fucking card and get the skin by just paying money for it. Just like every other skin that's in the damn game. From Ellen Jo's skin, Shifu's skin. Who's another character who came out with a skin? Okay, I'm only thinking about those two right now. But you get the effing point that's being made. Just swipe your card for the damn skin if you don't want to waste your pulls. Problem solved.
Because Koyaverse always pairs a male character with a highly desired female one. And so I think she's going to be...
Why are we acting like... You just mentioned how that dude was like the highlight of the trailer, aka meaning he was desired as well. She's only becoming the most desired because, one, she looks fucking pretty. That's for one. And two, people are speculating that this is the Void Hunter since Shifu is not the Void Hunter.
To be first half of 2.5. It's basically confirmed she's going to be first half of 2.5 because God knows they're not going to extend the spending event to her. And then he's probably going to run in the second half of 2.5 over here. No, nothing is confirmed. No leaks, but I'm going to put money.
I hope you do. And let's say he turned out right. Let's say he's proven to be right. It's still going to boil back down to if you don't want to pull for 2.3 or 2.4 characters, you're not obligated to. Just swipe your card for the damn skin and buy it by itself so you don't have to waste your pulls. It's such an easy to solve solution, ain't it? Now for my niggas in the back who ain't got bread to spend, it's not a necessity that you get that skin. Because I know some of y'all probably want the skin. Some of you free-to-play players want the skin. That's fine. And for you who want the skin, but you don't want to pull in 2.3, don't pull in 2.3. If you do want the skin, right, for free, so you don't have to spend money for it, and you decide, I want to pull for version 2.4, or for any character that's rerunning on version 2.3 and 2.4, guess what? There's options other than the two new characters coming in 2.3 and any two new characters that's coming out in 2.4. You have multiple options to choose from. You have 8 options, like I said earlier. You have 8 options to choose from. Just pick one and roll with it. Shoot, if like I said, you have rerun characters and new limited characters coming. Choose between which section you want to pull for. Whether you need them or you don't. Or you want them or you don't. Simple shit. So easy to solve this whole quote unquote issue, but like nigga too dumb to realize it.
Funny that this is what's going to happen. Because if you actually wanted to pull this unit, you probably do belong on an FBI's most wanted list somewhere. And like, what even?
If that's the case, God forbid Wuthering Waves pump out another lolly character. The same game that you praise to high heaven, acting like it's God's gift to the world. The same game that's pumped out both a standard and a limited 5-star lolly character that you can argue has questionable animations or whatever. That can also put you on the FBI list too. Isn't that crazy? So I guess I'm not gonna lie. Even though it'd be out of line for me to say, same time as he looked like the type of nigga that be. Let me not say that. Let's continue.
What even is this, bro? What the fuck even? What is even going on here? And what is this?
Again, we're bitching. This is what bitching looks like. For any real niggas that know what bitching looks like, this is what bitching looks like. Where we're going to bitch and complain about character designs because they don't fit my narrative. Or I'm going to bitch about it just cause. I'm going to bitch and make bullshit arguments just cause. I'm going to excuse a character that didn't appear in the story at all and say, oh, the spinning event is fine for her. But these other characters who didn't appear in the story, but also have the spinning event on them, oh, they're a problem. Oh, they're bad. This is what bitching looks like. Premium bitching, if you ask me. But anyway, let's get back into it so we can finish this video. I feel like this reaction has been an hour-long reaction already.
In the history of the game, alongside the spending event, I think I'd be happy to eat every single word that I've been for this character. I would have no problem if this spending event is even going on here. And what is this? Hopefully you're beginning to realize, hopefully you're beginning to understand exactly where the take is coming from.
I understand where your take is coming from, but it is a dog piss take that can easily be solved by either 1, spending your pulls on any rerun character that's not the new limited character that's coming out, or 2, just swiping your card for the skin so you can just buy the skin. So there's 2 whole options that completely knock this quote-unquote issue out of the park. That makes this a non-issue because guess what? You know what the saying goes? There's multiple ways to skin a cat, and I just gave you 2 ways. So that you won't be locked into either having to pull for the new units of versions 2.3 and 2.4 if you don't want to pull for them. Go for the rerun niggas. Go for Jufufu. Go for any other character that's coming in version 2.3 and 2.4 that are reruns. Go for them instead. Like I said earlier, like, come on, bro.
And I'll make sure to reiterate myself again. If this spending event was for this character, I would have no problem.
And that is a dog piss argument because it's going to make you a hypocrite, which I already deem you as one. This is a hypocrite stance, as I explained earlier. So, yeah, this is a hypocritical stance, as expected of a bot.
Problems at all. And if this character is actually going live in version 2.4, I'll be happy to eat every single word that I've been saying about how bad the spending event is. But when all the clues are pointing and telling you that they're planning on putting the most undesirable characters from a design perspective in the history of the game alongside the spending event, I think that sets a terrible goddamn...
Undesired characters. Oh boy, here we go.
Precedent. An awful fucking...
It does not set no fucking awful precedent. Let's go ahead and kick that to the rocks. Stop your bitching. It does not set some awful precedent. Precedent for what? The first ever spinning event in the whole game's history. And they're putting it for 2 versions where 2 new characters are coming. Lucia and Yahidra. 2 characters that dared to have similar design elements. We do not know what's coming in version 2.3. Or I mean 2.4, my bad. If this character comes in version 2.4, guess what? It's not going to be the same as the other characters that you were just bitching about because of their character design for having similar style of dress because she's wearing something completely different. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Her chest piece. She's wearing something similar to both Vivian and Yahidra and Lucia. Wow. Almost seems like it's a common piece of female wardrobe.
Fucking precedent of we're going to put no effort into our character designs. We're going to make a...
No effort, yet you're looking at one with a lot of effort in front of you. What are we talking about?
Bunch of AI-generated looking. Maybe it's not AI-generated. Maybe their character designers are just literally terrible at their jobs.
Really? The nigga Water Kumo, the dude who designed majority of Zone Zero's character designs, is being lazy because of 3 characters that have similar design elements versus the entire cast of characters from character designs from both season 1 and season 2, and we're gonna point the 3 characters with the similar design elements and say, oh, the devs are being lazy. Out of 3 characters out of the entire roster of the game, do you not know how dumb and retarded that sounds to sit here and say, oh, they're being lazy with 3 characters out of the entire cast in the whole game. Not even mentioning the characters that came before, Shifu. The characters that came before Uchiha and Yahidra. Oh, we're not going to mention them because it doesn't fit our narrative, right?
We're just going to put in these awful fucking designs in the game. We're not going to have any story implementation for them until the patch that they're released in.
Yeah, like they did for Withering Waves too, didn't they? Like I mentioned earlier. Didn't nobody knew who the F Augusta was? Tell me, did anybody knew who Augusta was before she was released, before she was actually shown off in the 2.4 live stream or 2.3 live stream? Whatever the fuck. Did they actually show... Did anyone know who Augusta or Yuno was prior to that moment? The answer is no, because they didn't even appear in the damn Renacida story for the festival. But we're going to excuse that, but we're going to get on Zenless's ass for doing the same shit. Come on now, make it make sense. If you're going to make such an argument, keep it straightforward and not all over the damn place.
They're going to come out of nowhere with no context at all because we need to fill banner slots. We need to sell units. And if we miss them...
I find it so crazy how he's so blatantly making a bullshit argument. And then if you look at the chat, more than likely, these niggas are just agreeing with no type of brain cells. They fired the OG designers. Where's your proof? No brain cells at all. In this chat, and no brain cells coming from the content creator who has what's the word I'm looking for, cultivated his community to be like this, or rather cultivated a group of people who think like this, because this is again retardation. This is a sickness and it needs to be expunged.
It's the mark because we're doing an awful fucking job with the designs. Hey, let's slap on a fucking spending event for it. Who needs to do a proper job in the design department if we could just slap a fucking spending event on it? And that's one of the worst precedents I could have ever imagined for a game like this. Bad unit.
Oh, wow. Are we really doing this? So this whole video was just doom posting. Let's be fucking for real. This is not a video that's concerned for the future of Zenless Zero. No. He gonna sit here and say that's the case? It's not. The real purpose of this video is just to doom post about Zenless to say, oh, look how bad these designs are. The designs aren't bad. People are overblowing the fuck out of it. And two, sit here and be like, oh, well, this sets a bad precedent. Yeah, the same thing, they said the same thing about Star Rail when it came down to like that global passive that homegirl Castris had. And then people were like, oh, watch they pump out back-to-back characters with so many global passives. And now we're so many months deep past Castris's release, and we haven't seen any other character be released with a global passive. I don't know if Cyrene might have one. She might have one. I don't know. I gotta look into it. Gabby Mauro posted a video, something I guess talking about it, but I'll see that for myself. But until otherwise, Castris was the only one. Yet people were like, oh, it's setting the precedent. It didn't set shit. If it did, we would have back-to-back global passive characters, but we don't. If freaking Star Rail doing the whole spinning event, because I'm pretty sure Star Rail only did like what? How many times did Star Rail do a spinning event? Once? Twice? I can't remember. I know they did one for the anniversary. I know that for a fact. And I'm pretty sure the anniversary update was the same update that the Star Rail X Fate collab happened, right? Trying to remember. Or no, the spinning event happened before that. Or no. There was a spinning event for the anniversary, and then there was a spinning event for the Fate collab. So they actually did 2 back to back, if I'm remembering this correctly. But again, this is the first time Zenless Zero has done this. There's no proof that they will do it in version 2.5 or 2.6.
Units, bad designs. Fix it with the spending event. And now let's address the last issue over here. The last bit of argumentation. A lot of people are saying, oh, Saint just hates the game. Hey guys, I've already...
Nigga, yes you fucking do. If this nigga about to sit and try to argue that he doesn't, we know this nigga lying out of his fucking mouth. This nigga has made bullshit point after bullshit point related to Zenless Zone Zero back to back. He has actively goalpost shifted, actively lied about what he has said when you have niggas pulling up his clips, showing him exactly what he said. Are we fucking serious?
Already reiterated why I'm not a fan of Zenless Zone Zero. Because the story sucks dick. Because the story...
No. That's a dog shit take in my honest opinion. No, the story is better than Woo-Wah's blatantly. Let's be fucking for real. It's so much better that, Zenless didn't need to, rewrite their story multiple different times to the point that it caters to, the dudes who want their, male fantasy, which is fine if niggas want their male fantasy, but it came at the cost at crippling the prologue story. Why in the hell did Woo-Wah's story need to get better, in version 2.0? Why wasn't it good at the start like Zenless? Zenless' story was good at the start, had a good main character, good story and world building setup, had all this good stuff, but, Woo-Wah dropped the ball on that. Which is why they had to, get their shit together for version 2.0, which is why it was this big feel of like a relaunch of the game. Had better storytelling than Wuthering Waves did. Wuthering Waves, reuses body animations, had black screen white text, and had characters standing around, yapping to each other, while Zenless Zone Zero decided, we're going to have comic book strips. We're going to have, 2D animated scenes with our, 2D animated scenes. No, did it? No, 3D animated scenes, my bad. And then they had like the dialogue scenes where the characters would be standing there posing doing different body poses, different expressions, making it feel more lively in comparison to, Woo-Wah. The game that's supposed to be like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but apparently this greatest thing since sliced bread is becoming molded bread. And Ananta is here to, pit it in his grave. But anyway, let's continue.
The story does shit like this, where they randomly put in new characters, force them to be relevant for the patch. You have no idea why they're there, and the game...
Yep, the same thing could be applied to Wuthering Waves as with characters I've listed before. Like Lupa. Who the fuck knew about Lupa's existence before going to Septimont? The answer is nobody.
Ham-fist a reason for it. They've done it for 3 versions.
Yep, they ham-fisted Lupa's existence to the story because nobody knew who the F that was. They ham-fisted Brant and Roche's existence to the story because no one knew who the F they were. Oh man, it is so funny how he doesn't even see the same argument can be applied to Wuthering Waves, but he's not ready for that conversation.
Versions in a row. Spook Shack is the worst faction in the game. They're literally the filler arc of ZZZ.
No, they're not. They're a part of the main story. But if you actually played the main story, you would know that. But of course, I swear, the fact that people just like sub to niggas like this and just give them the thumbs up when they're making such dumbass claims like this, it just makes you really wonder if the niggas who watch content creators like this are either children or just are really a bunch of dumbasses who take vague statements spoken with such grandiose confidence to the heart and they just roll with it. And it's like hive mind mentality. Ain't no one with any brain cells. Look at this. Just read the chat. Hold up. Yeah, I hate Zenless. Okay, cool. I mean, this is boring so far. What's this supposed to be related to? Easily the worst Hoyo story? Based on what? We make grand claims like this, yet can't back it up. Like, the guy you watch. Makes sense.
That's the reason why I quit, and they're giving no reasons to come back with this.
The reason you quit, let's be fucking for real. The reason you quit was because it was a Hoyo game. That's the reason why you quit. Let's be fucking for real. That's the reason you quit. It's a Hoyo game, and you despise Hoyo games. You made it abundantly clear with how you argue about your quote-unquote criticisms of Zenless, which most of them are bullshit. We've seen it for the past couple months. Let's not act like we didn't see what you did for the past couple months bitching about XYZ and goalpost shifting. So let's not play that game.
So we addressed that. Now, the actual final bit that I wanted to address was you can buy it later from the shop. Why does that matter? The fact of the matter is they're using FOMO. Who cares if you can buy it from the shop? You're getting it for free.
If you buy it later from the shop, you don't have to deal with FOMO. Yeah, you can say, oh, you can get it for free. Again, you can pull for the rerun characters for both versions 2.3 and 2.4. So again, this whole BS that he's doing right now is irrelevant. If you skip, again, I'm about to say it again for like the 5th umpteenth time. If you are planning to skip Lucia and Yahidra, guess what? You have 2 rerun characters coming. One of them is Jufufu. And I would argue to anyone that Jufufu is a great pick to pick up. You wanna know why? Because she increases your freaking crit damage. When I found out about that, I was like, man, I really dropped the ball. I should have pulled for Jufufu. Damn it.
Free. Guess what? I could spend 70 pulls and get Archer's Light Code. That could have been something that I did for this event. I didn't need to do the spending event. The HSR collab with Fate is actually still live right now. It's going to be live for another version maybe. So you can still get it right now. Just because it's available later so you can buy it in the shop for $30 doesn't negate the fact that they're clearly using a free one to incentivize you to pull on subpar character designs.
The main core reason why people are... Okay, hold up. Let me get my brain right. Because this is just dumbass on top of dumbass on top of dumbass argument. Like I said earlier, you don't need to pull for those characters if you don't want them. Because if you think, by your opinion, I'm not talking about Saint Tontas because Saint Tontas is a dumbass. For anybody who's watching my video right now, if you do not want to pull for version 2.3's new limited characters, don't bother pulling for them. When you have 2 other characters rerunning. Don't get me started on the weapon banner. Yo, if there's a weapon you want and one you need, guess what? Those are available for you to pull for too. So, you have rerun characters and limited weapons belonging to the new characters and to the characters rerunning. You have multiple different things to pull for. That's not the 2 new characters. So that you can end up getting that free skin if you want that free skin. Again, there's multiple ways to skin a cat.
An awful fucking implementation in the story. What, does that all get washed away because it's the skin is available in the story
This nigga makes so much dumbass arguments. It's fucking crazy. Did this nigga graduate high school? Please, for the love of God, tell me he did. And even if he did, he probably didn't pass English. You know, the class where you're supposed to, write good and valid argumentation. Now, that's one of the things they teach you in your English class when you're writing your papers and shit like that. I guess he never got the memo.
The store afterwards? I'm talking about the root cause over here. Why is there even a spending event in the first place? It's because
It's there just cause. You can speculate all you want to about, oh, they put it there to like boost up sale numbers. The same thing could be argued about freaking Star Rail when they did it for the collab event to boost up sale numbers. But guess what? You have not only that collab event happening, but you also had new characters coming into the game as well. From Finon to Siedra and so on and so forth. But even then, the argument wouldn't even make sense for them. Because guess what? New characters coming in is already going to make them more money. Same thing with Zenless. New characters coming in is going to make them more money. Why are we sitting here talking as if Zenless Zone Zero is going to EOS and is scraping bottom of the barrel coins? The spending event is there just cause. It's not because they're losing so much grandiose money month after month to the point that they're only making $1 million. Like, come on, bro. Let's be for real right now. It's just there just cause. Rather, just cause for the sake of making more money. It's not because, the banner sales is going to be low. It's more so because, they want to make more money. So they're going to make more money. They're going to make multiple avenues of money. They got 2 new limited characters coming, plus 2 rerun characters. This includes, again, the 2 new characters and their limited weapons, and their rerun characters and their limited weapons. They have multiple ways to make bread, to make that munyon.
Nobody wants these fucking units because they look like shit. And so, of course, they don't.
Based on whose opinion? The people who don't like the fact that Monito is a 4-star and not a 5?
Don't want people just saving until the unit that they actually do want to pull comes out. They're trying to extract as many. polls as they can, and this is what they're doing. And there's not.
Yeah, like Wuthering Waves ain't doing the same shit for Augusta, for for Galbrana, which I'm gonna pull for Galbrana. She's awesome. And Wandering Samurai, when Wuthering Waves is pumping out back-to-back double 5 stars each and every damn month with no new 4-star character released. You know, they're becoming just like Star Rail, aren't they? Pumping out nothing but back-to-back 5 stars. Nothing but premium team units on top of that. Oh, you know, the same thing people have criticized Star Rail and Genshin for doing, but, you know, we let Wuthering Waves slide with doing. Ain't that a bitch?
There's not actually an issue with trying to extract as many polls as possible, right? If you're doing it the right way. And the right way is by making characters people actually want to pull. So that...
Or, you know, characters people want to pull on the rerun banner. Like I said, Jufufu. Jufufu is a beloved character. People love Jufufu. You better believe she about to get some extra pulls thrown her way. But, you know, he's too much of a cornball to realize that.
So that they don't need to be incentivized with a fucking spending event to pull them. But they're not doing that. They're...
The spending event does not incentivize people to pull for these characters. It incentivizes people to get the skin. And even again, you do not need to pull for these characters when their rerun banners exist and their limited weapon banners exist. Or not their rerun banners, let me correct myself. When their limited weapon banners exist alongside rerun limited banner for characters that already came out and their weapons. So, again, multiple ways to skin a cat. I feel like I've been reacting to this for like over an hour.
They're creating literal garbage instead, and then using spending events to push the garbage. That's why this image was made. Why do you think...
This image was made by a clown. That's what this image was made for. It's made by somebody who didn't like the design because, God forbid, female characters have similar design elements. And we're going to say, oh, Zenless is bad now because female characters have similar design elements. Which, again, is a cornball level take and a cornball level thought process. Because, God forbid, women wear similar clothing.
I think somebody took the fucking time to custom recolor her entire model in the color scheme of Yijuan.
Also, let's be honest, someone probably did this because they was hating the character design. Let's be fucking for real. Because, again, you know, Monato is a 4-star, this character is 5-star, and they're bitching about it. Made a whole video about it. Go check it out.
Because they're frustrated with the fact that this design looks like dog shit. Literally looks like a copy-paste. Literally looks like an AI script. ChatGPT, can you give me Yijuan plus Ganyu?
I ain't gonna lie. Saint told us, I will say this. He is a certified rage baiter. That's for definitely sure. He is a certified rage baiter. Especially with this fucking forehead. Like, look at this shit. Anyway.
Okay, there you go, Lucia. And me calling this out and critiquing this.
Critiquing? My nigga, your critique was dog shit. What you talking about? I don't even need to react to that video. I don't even need to react to I was going to react to that video. I'm not even about to bother because this video was more than enough. Your critique was dog crap, my guy. The same arguments you were sitting here making for Zenless can be applied to Wuthering Waves because guess what? It happened in Wuthering Waves too.
Means that I hate the game. Brother, let's get one thing straight.
Nigga, your criticisms for the game are bullshit. That's why niggas think you hate the game. And let's be honest, you do hate it. Let's be fucking for real. Let's not sit here and try to play it. Let's not try to play this game. This nigga actually hates anything Hoyo puts out. Hoyo can make a freaking amazing dandy game with barely any flaws. He will find a way to bitch about it like he did for Zenless. He sat here and said, oh, Zenless' main story was terrible. No, the fuck it wasn't. He just was bullshitting probably through his playthrough. Because it's a Hoyo game. That's why Zenless Zone Zero keeps getting this stain thrown on his back. Get this target on his back because it's a Hoyo game. That's the only reason. No one wants to talk about the good qualities that the game has done over the course of a year, but we're gonna keep bitching about every damn thing it's doing. That's what we will do. That's what people like Saint Tontas will do. But we're not gonna point out how the game evolved over the course of a year to what it is now, which is way better than it was back a year ago.
That's right. I'm trying to make the game better. Do you?
No, you're not. You're trying to stir the pots and bullshit and make bullshit arguments with hollow arguments and all this other nonsensical shit. Let's be fucking for real. Nigga doesn't even actively play the game. I seen this nigga play the game when EO was sitting here criticizing his gameplay and where other niggas were pointing out his bullshit gameplay. I'm never going to forget the fact that this is the same nigga who used Miyabi against a ice resistance boss and still beat the boss and bitched about the fact that he beat it with a fast clear time. Tell me, does that make any fucking sense to anybody? You waxed a boss that was ice resistant and you were using an ice DPS and still cleared with a fast clear time. Yet you bitched about it. You complained about it. I saw the clip. I'm not dumb. Nigga, what?
Do you think another spending event combined with 2 patches of dog shit designs is something that
We do not know there's going to be another spending event, but he's pushing the narrative like, oh, there will be one. Where's your proof?
the game should have once again? Should they do this again? Another spending event. Maybe it's the...
I can't wait for the day when Wuthering Waves does a spending event. I would love for him to sit here and try to, play defense for that. Because he sat here and played defense for, Wuthering Waves anniversary. You want to know how I know this? Because I made a video, but not calling him out in particular, but calling out the whole arguments people were making to try to downplay Zilla Zone Zero's anniversary. Go check out that video. It was a good video, in my opinion. It was a good one.
Maybe it's the Miyabi swimsuit skin this time. And then the next 4 characters look like steaming dog shit. Is that good?
Steaming dog shit based on what parameter? This character is wearing something completely different from these two, but apparently she's dog shit. Okay, bro.
Hey guys, look, I got a $30 skin, but I had to pull 2 units that look like steaming shit. No, it's not.
Yeah, the same thing happened with Wuthering Waves, where you had to spend $30 for their freaking swimsuit skins. Them dog shit swimsuit skins that look like trash. That ain't worth the dime.
And this is going to set a worrying precedent. This is going to set a worrying...
Now I'm going to say this, for anybody who did like those swimsuit skins, good for you. Personally, I just feel like they're lackluster in comparison to Zilla Zone Zero. Zilla Zone Zero swimsuit skins look amazing. Don't get me started on Alice.
Trend. Maybe Hoyoverse is going to look at this and realize, fuck it. We don't really need to do a proper job when it comes to making these characters. We could just make...
You know what disproves his entire claim? Because he's bitching about characters wearing having similar design elements in their design. Yet, in the same video, he shows off this faction that was revealed in the 2.3 live stream. And all 3 of these characters, including Homegirl with the brown hair. Hold up, where's she at? All 4 characters are wearing different things. So his claim of, this is going to set a precedent for Hoyoverse to be lazy with their character designs. Yet these characters are wearing completely different clothing. So it completely dismantles his argument just from what's in the video. Oh my goodness, I roll my eyes. You cannot be this much of a cornball.
That look like steaming shit. No, it's not. And this is going to set a worrying precedent. This is going to set a worrying trend.
And here he goes. BSing his way to the top. Spreading, fear-mongering about, this is going to set a bad precedent for them to be lazy with character designs, while in the same video showing different character designs that look completely different from Lucia and fucking Yahidra that don't look the same. If it really did set a precedent, whatever the fuck the word is, as he claims, guess what? The entire Krampus faction that he showed on his screen, them niggas over there, they will be dressed in a similar vein and fashion to Lucia and Yahidra. But we know they aren't. So again, what precedent is it setting?
Look like steaming shit. No, it's not. And this is going to set a worrying precedent. This is going to set a worrying trend. Maybe Hoyoverse is going to look at this and realize, fuck it. We don't really need to do a proper job when it comes to making these characters. We could just make them all look like fucking jokes. Hey, we were able to keep the sales up with the spending event. We made sure nobody had any polls left for her. So it's all good. Hey, we got the money we wanted. And then they just do this again. Because it's Hoyoverse. And you...
See? Boom. There we go. That's the reason why he don't like Zillas. It's because it's made by Hoyoverse. Again, you don't need to get this skin. Bro, I was gonna buy Yuzuha's skin. Cause I won Yuzuha through I won the 50-50 for Yuzuha and her weapon, which was a shock to me. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't expect to win that 50-50 for the weapon. I was gonna buy her skin, her swimsuit skin. I still ain't buy it yet. And it didn't come for free. But guess what? I was gonna buy it. I still haven't bought it yet. So it's like, Bro, if people don't want to get the skin, they can either buy it or pull for rerun characters or the limited weapons for reruns and new weapons to obtain the skin. For version 2.3 and 2.4, like I said earlier, it's such a non-issue, yet we're bitching about it to the nth degree. Oh
Look
my!
at this and realize,
Oh my lord!
fuck it. We don't really need to do a proper job when it comes to making these characters. We can just make them all look like fucking jokes. Hey, we were able to keep the sales up at the spending event. We made sure nobody had any pulls left for her. So it's all good. Hey, we got the money we wanted. And then they just do this again. Because it's Hoyoverse. And you know that once Hoyoverse finds out that they can get away with something.
Oh, you know the same thing, Wuthering Waves has done, where they, looked at something Hoyoverse has done, and they also done the same shit. The same thing you're criticizing Zillas for doing right now. WoWA did it months prior. Didn't they? Oh wait, they did, didn't they? They sure did. Had a lackluster anniversary lacking in pulls, where you had to sit here and be like, oh well, let's count the limited event pulls to justify the lackluster pulls. We did that for WoWA, but we didn't do that for Genshin for its first anniversary when, the same thing could have been applied there. Let's count the, limited time event shit as well to justify the lackluster pulls. Had to excuse that when they did the same shit for Genshin anniversary. WoWA did the equivalent. You sat there and tried to downplay it. Zillas on Zero's anniversary. You sat there and tried to downplay it. Be like, oh, these rewards are useless to any veteran player. You not even a veteran player of Zillas your damn self. And you sit here and try to be like, oh, well, these will be useless because, oh, well, the limited version of it, the character already exists. The same thing applied to Withering Waves too. But yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. Y'all go watch my video talking about that anniversary shit. Go watch it rather than hear me yap about it. Let's get this video done.
Once Hoyoverse finds out that they can get away with cutting corners in their development, they spam.
Yep, and Withering Waves does it too when they use black screen white text instead of animating the scene. Made a whole reaction video related to that. Go check it out. It's like, I think it was from like last month. Go watch that video. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Damn it, on repeat. Like they're playing Winter Soldier in Marvel Rivals. Again, and again. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this happens again. ZZZ is clearly prioritizing shitting out characters and shitting out new designs over actually implementing them properly in the story. And hey, if you're...
I would love for this nigga to try to argue why it was excusable for Withering Waves to get away with doing the same thing. Because I didn't see him make a video talking about that, though. But of course, we're going to bitch about Zillas doing it.
all going to go ahead and say that this spending event is the best thing ever, then you're going to see more of this. More awful designs, more awful story implementation. And
more awful designs by what metric?
And then they'll offset it by, hee, look, it's a spin.
Bad story implementation, same thing Withering Waves has done, you know, same shit.
Think of that, hee. When the real solution should be, just make something people want to fucking pull in the first.
Yeah, like this character right here. I'm going to pull for this. And guess what? People's desire and likes for certain character designs is completely subjective. There is no objectivity to it. So guess what? If niggas want to pull... Let me see if I can go back. If niggas want to pull these characters, guess what? It's because they like these characters. Simple as that. If niggas want to pull for the Krampus faction, it's because what? They love them. They love the designs. They love the feel of the group. Like, let's use some brain cells here, Mr. Smart Man. I swear this clown ain't making no good jokes.
When the real solution should be, just make something people want to fucking pull in the first place. It's really not...
As if they haven't been doing that this entire time.
...that hard. But I guess for the ZZZ devs it is. Because, well, somebody...
Again, you see how you're doing? You're making such bold claims and statements. This is Ragebait content. You know what? I fell for the Ragebait. I'm gonna be honest. I fell for it. I've been crashing out for like almost an hour. If this reaction is like 2 hours long, please forgive me.
Greenlit this thing. Somebody was like, yeah, let's do this. And I think that alone is enough to get a lot of questions winding in the eyes of this player base. Because if this is where the future of the game is going, I wouldn't be too optimistic.
Future of the game is going based off 2 character designs versus characters that came out before it and the characters coming out after it. Sure. Let's go with the idea of, oh, it's painting a bad future for the game. Okay.
That'll be that for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Glad we were able to, you know, make another video on this topic. But this is, again, the reality of the situation over here when it...
Reality of the situation? You mean the bullshit that you've been spewing this entire video?
...comes to Zenless Zone Zero. Repetition is key. I actually treat this community like I'm dealing with a class of elementary school children. Sometimes...
Says the nigga who made an elementary-styled argument that I greatly knocked to the fucking floor because it was fucking retarded. Clown Tontas never ceases to amaze me. Mr. Goalpost Shifter, Mr. Hypocrite, Mr. Liar, Mr. Oh, I'm going to make bullshit arguments that can easily be slapped to the floor and apply it to the game that I act like it's God's gift to the world, aka Woo-Wah. Oh, but we're not going to mention those things, right? But you want me to believe every word that comes out your mouth? Bro, make it make sense. When the wolf keeps crying, guess what? People ain't gonna believe you. Only people in this community that belong to St. Totas who, like, follows him like he's a shepherd. Guess what? The sheep gonna follow. But it takes someone with a little more brain cells to realize that the shepherd ain't worth following most times. And you must be critical of the words that come out the shepherd's mouth. Or rather, critical of where they're guiding you, because not every shepherd is worth following.
Sometimes they don't get it the first time. But if you say it enough, the message does end up sticking.
Yeah, and he's saying, I'm going to give context for why he's saying that. He's saying that because for Zenless, the whole HP inflation conversation, he's been sitting here crying wolf about it for months on end, and now that it's gotten to a point that's bad, right? He's like, oh, look, I was right. But here's the thing, though. He goalpost shifted from complaining about HP inflation in Shoe Defense to complaining about HP inflation in Deadly Assault. Which is, Deadly Assault is harder than Shoe Defense. But also, something else I found out about Deadly Assault as well that I didn't notice. In Deadly Assault, you do not need to get 9 stars. You need to get 6 in order to obtain all the limited currency pulls from it. That's what I found out. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I saw when I logged into the game. So, him bitching about, HP inflation and not being able to get, like, all 9 stars is like, you don't need to get all 9 stars. Actually, I'll pull it up and put it in the comment section whether or not if I was correct about this. But anyway, I think I just said what I need to say about this video, because good Lord Almighty, this video was a long video. Hopefully this is not 2 hours long. If this is a 2 hour long reaction, my apologies. I had a lot to say. Also, I'm disliking this video because this video was just dog shit. Anyway, I'm KallaTheYapper. I'm signing out. I'll see you in the next video. Like, sub, turn on notification bell. I'm going to leave the link to this video in the description below and all the other dandy stuff. And I'll see you on the next reaction. Peace. I'm tired, nigga.